Bora lá. Parece que vai ter mais umas 2, 3 side quests pra gente fazer. Bem, apareceu que a Karen tá vendendo coisa nova, né? Vamos ver o que ela tá vendendo de novo. É.
Let me tell you a story, Clive.
All right.
Aqui lá vem a história.
Them rumours wet legs were spreading. Might be they weren't just tales plucked out of thin air. You see, there were a time when I weren't too particular about who I sold steel to, so long as they paid me the right price. Some women lust after blood, others after flesh, but me, I were always one for gold. And to satisfy that lust, I sold to opposing armies, stabbed my every client in the back, made myself the most hated woman in the twins. But then one day I met a man who made me a different kind of offer. Said he'd give me access to a realm-wide community of like-minded individuals in constant need of steel and sundries. On the condition I sold to him and his alone.
Was that the first time you met Sid?
Aye. And I fell right into his damn trap. He was true to his word, so I ended up being true to mine. And I soon started making the best profits I've seen since taking up the trade. And all without aiding or abetting any outlaws. Except Sid himself, that is. Told me about his plan to topple the mother crystals, you know. Said that with them gone, the realm would want for all manner of things. An opportunity for the likes of me to mint gil. Why, I reckon an enterprising individual could find himself the richest dam in the twins. And that's when he had me. I emptied my stores that day and moved into the hideaway proper. And the rest, as they say, is ancient bloody history. A dozen years on, and I'm still not the richest dam. Not for lack of trying, mind. But I can say that I have never been happier. You've all shown me there are some things more precious than gil.
That there are.
So don't you go messing it all up. Or you'll have me to answer to. Clive.
Pergunte sobre Guts.
That great lump.
Aquele grande pateta. Ora, ele é a alma mais gentil e obediente que eu tive o prazer de conhecer. Ele pode não ser o cristal mais brilhante do caixote, mas tem um bom coração. Eu prefiro um tolo honesto do que um canalha astuto trabalhando pra mim. Ele nunca se esquiva dos deveres, nunca responde, nunca mergulha nos erros do cofre. Não, nunca ouço uma única palavra ruim sobre ele, embora eu mesmo possa dizer algumas. Agora o rapaz tem até o Blackthorn ensinando ele os segredos da ferraria. Então eu estou de olho na forja. Eu, aquele ferreiro fanfarrão, vamos conversar se ele pensar em derrubar o Groot. O que você tem de novo,
If you're gonna buy some, be quick about it.
Espada rônica.
It'd better all be here. You're rubbing me blind, you know. It'd better all be here.
Isso.
You're rubbing me blind, you know. It'd better all be here.
Última elixir,
You're
ok.
rubbing me blind, you know. Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
Vamos ver o Black Card. Eu já devo ter certinho pra aumentar essa espada.
What do I owe the honor? What do you want?
Para a Rônica mais um.
You can thank me later.
Mais 2.
Not my best work, but it'll do.
Ah, não, é isso. O jogo não é tão desafiante, não. É bem tipo. Se você fizer tudo certinho na modo história, ele vai te dar as peças pra próxima arma já. Meio que você sempre tá com a arma mais forte, sabe?
Cole said it was an army of a cash.
How are we supposed to do our duty when the hills are...
Clive? But if you're here, where the hell is everyone else? Don't tell me.
They're all right. But it's a long story.
You lot don't do things by halves, do you? Well, at least everyone's still breathing. Now, as for these writings, I'm sorry to say, Clive, but if you had those, you'd be...
Sitting under a pile of rubble, I know.
But we were able to save a few bits and pieces from the ruins, most of which ended up being used to build this place. The more personal items we gave to the next of kin. In the case of Sid's things, that would have been mid.
Then I'll check the workshop.
Deixa eu dar uma olhada.
Ah, I wasn't expecting you back so soon.
Homens de Hugo se forem. Com eles foi o medo dos nossos corações. Agora mercados voltaram a ecoar felicidade e alegria. Tudo isso graças a você. Comerciante de lana meu.
Come again. I may have more for you.
How are you doing? Here you go. Seen enough?
Bora fazer. São 3 side quests. Que side quest é essa?
If we're going to do this,
Clive, your timing is impeccable. It just so happens that right at this very moment, we're in need of someone with your talents.
And what talents would those be?
Why, your fearlessness and your skill with a blade.
I'm listening.
Well, as I'm sure you're aware, when these dark skies swept over the Republic, so too did a wave of chaos and confusion. Randalar has been particularly badly affected. Many of the capital's bearers have lost their masters, or taken the opportunity to flee them. None remain free for long, of course. Most find themselves under the protection of the Fist before they get far. But the army too is in disarray, and finds itself unable to provide for its new charges. Which means it has been looking to sell.
And you've been looking to buy, to make sure these masterless bearers remain that way.
Precisely. It's the perfect opportunity to free dozens more, and for an attractive price, no less.
So where does my skill with a blade come in?
Though we may have the funds to buy these bearers, we have nowhere to house them. So we've been searching for a place where they can be resettled. Somewhere far from the prying eyes of those who would see them enslaved once more. And we believe we have found one. Cashlock, a small hamlet hidden in a canyon. The place was abandoned a long time ago, but when the men moved out, the beasts moved in.
And so we seek the aid of a fearless swordsman to encourage them to look elsewhere. You'll help, won't you?
How could I refuse?
Excellent. Theo, if you wouldn't mind making arrangements for the transportation of our guests, as we discussed.
Of course. Leave everything with me.
Sounds like you'll have your work cut out for you.
I will. We have an entire village to stock and furnish. Residents and all. Even if I begin right now, I'll be working day and night. So I'd better get started. Try to clear the place out before the wagons roll in, won't you?
I'll do my best.
You will find a village in Chairdra's Thread, past Lateney's Cleft. My man there will open the gate for you.
All right. Wish me luck.
I'm sure you won't need it.
California, Florida. California, Florida. Bora, ó. Enquanto é isso, a Jill que se foda, né?
Faster!
Nossa, Clive, fiquei esperando tanto tempo você. Deixa eu ver se aqui tem um caminho pra lá. Por que você demorou tanto? Não, eu achei que você ia tá de boa.
Trying to fight. This must have been a nice place once, and it will be again.
Seria tão da hora se tivesse uma... Exemplo, é bem possível que aqui vai fazer a side quest, tá ligado? Vamos acabar com tudo logo.
It's over!
Aqui os NPCs vão voltar, né? Depois de a gente matar os doguinhos. Mas seria da hora se tivesse side quests que não envolvesse porrada. Aonde a gente começasse a reconstruir a cidade, sabe? Essa vida pra eles morarem. Algo meio... Não sei. É que parece que o jogo só vai fazer esse tipo de quest, sabe? É muito maneiro, tipo, você faz a quest pra liberar o local, né? Aí depois você começa a fazer quest, tipo, que é de dinheiro, tipo, só lá a gente precisa de dinheiro pra reconstruir a cidade. Aí aparecesse, tipo, nós precisamos de madeira. Aí, ajudar com 5 mil de madeira. 5 mil de quilo de madeira, algo do tipo. Você vai aumentando e vai mudando a cidade, né? Aí depois, nossa, a cidade, como só tem portadores, a gente não pode ter um mercador, a gente precisa de alguém de confiança. E aí aparecer, tipo, ir atrás do mercador, convencer, não sei o que. Tipo, ter missões variadas, sabe? O problema com esse jogo é isso, sabe? Toda missão é isso daqui, ó.
Enough.
Cenário eles têm, lore eles têm, é facinho, gente. Porra, é só para de ser preguiçoso. É que você não tava aqui agora, Dutra. Teve uma missão, cara, tipo, que é esse nível que eu falo que eu sinto que é preguiça, tá ligado? Teve uma missão que foi com a Carrie e com o Guts, tá ligado? A gente tinha alguém se passando pela Carol. Não, uma missão bem bobinha, mas nada demais. Alguém se passando pela Carol, tá ligado? E no final, assim, você encurrala o cara que tava fingindo ser a Carol, tá ligado? Ele pega uma faca e fala, agora você vai fazer, você vai me pagar, não sei o quê. Ele pega a adaga e sai correndo na direção da Carol. Dá um fade até ela ficar preta. Você escuta como se fosse um anime ou um desenho do SBT. Som de porrada, volta, ele tá no chão. E aí é o Guts, tá ligado? Custava, tipo, ele vir correndo e do nada só vê o soco do Guts batendo, jogando. Nem se fosse tosco, só pra ser engraçado, sabe? Eles não fazem nem animação, cara. É meio, tipo, muito meme, sabe? Qual é os animais da fauna e da flora? Qual é os animais? A fauna ou a flora? A fauna. A flora é a vegetação, se não me engano. Eu acho que eu procurei no Google agora você me deixou confuso. Deixa eu ver, The Witcher 3 tem muito disso. Não, tava vendo, esses dias a Bia tava jogando, a Isolosome tava jogando. E aí, tipo, vendo ela jogar, eu falei, nossa, velho, olha a qualidade dessa side quest pra side quest que tem no Final Fantasy XVI, velho. É preguiçoso, cara. É preguiçoso. Passei, você tem 50 missões, 10 são assim, tipo, só isso, beleza, mas, porra, é todas, cara. Não tem uma missão que é tipo assim, nossa, eu preciso que você resgate o fulaninho. O fulaninho, chame o fulaninho pra trabalhar aqui. Cara, quantas missões eu já passei que é tipo assim, ai, o fulaninho sumiu. Aí você entra no lugar, tá falando, meu Deus, estão me atacando. Ele tá com um bandido em volta dele. É muito, tipo, mano... É foda, cara, é foda. Sinto esse jogo, tipo... Não sei o que eu sinto mais esse jogo, cara. Esse jogo me empolga, esse jogo me deixa puto. Mas não vou mentir, não. Se eu soubesse que seria isso daqui, eu não teria comprado, não. Teria focado em outros joguinhos.
Something the matter, Theodore? Quiet.
Those are our terms. I trust that you will give them your full consideration.
I shall. Thank you.
Him again.
Someone you know?
Yes. And, no. But enough about him. How did you fare down in Cashlock?
It's done. The village is safe now.
You made quick work of it, as always.
I should go and let Eloise know.
Don't let me keep you. But Clive, don't tell her I was watching her, will you? She'll only get upset. I'll explain everything once you've finished with your report.
All right. We'll speak then.
Beleza. Eita, tem mais outro. Pô, eu fiquei mal triste. Mataram o maninho ali, né? O personagem, eu pensei que ele ia ser tão...
Thank you, Clive. Here.
Tão importante pra história. Eu pensei que ele ia ser o Leviatã. Ele só era o braço direito do Alude.
I suppose we'd better finish the job. The first thing we'll need to do is make sure our offer for the bearers is accepted.
You're still in negotiations?
We are. A trusted colleague has been dealing with the Fist on our behalf, but things have been trickier than we anticipated. I suppose it's to be expected. This is the army we're dealing with. Fighting's what they do. But we shall emerge victorious in the end.
Well, if you need any help, you know where to find me.
I'm not sure I do. But thank you, all the same.
Bora lá.
Ah, Clive.
You wanted to talk?
The man I was watching earlier, the one speaking to my sister. He represents the Silver Peak Consortium. It's one of the bigger trading houses.
I don't think I've heard of them.
Well, every trader in Dharmekia has. They operate across the length and breadth of the Republic. And they're still expanding. They've been trying to get Eloise to join their ranks for some time now, and judging by her reaction earlier, I'd say she had half a mind to accept their latest offer.
And you'd rather she didn't?
I would rather she did what makes her happy, and I would never deny her such an opportunity. Eloise saved me from slavery, and we have striven to save others like me ever since. But this was not the life my sister wanted, nor the one she deserves. I won't let her give up on her dreams again for my sake. She freed me from my bonds, and she must be freed from hers in turn.
You're a good man, Theo.
I have always been grateful for what my sister did for me, and I want to repay the favor by letting her live her own life. But each time an opportunity to do just that arises, she turns it down. For my sake.
She loves you.
And I love her. Which is why I want this time to be different. To show her that I don't need to be watched over anymore. Though I'm sure I'll still need some help from time to time. I trust that I can count on you.
Always.
Thank you, Clive. Well then, I had better get back to work. These bearers aren't going to move themselves. That's a job for the Crimson Caravans.
Falta mais duas, né? Isso. Na Ala Perdida. Eu acho que essa da Ala Perdida é a continuação e o fim da história do Quinten lá.
I'll be taking you all to a storehouse in the Bales. Leave anything you don't need behind.
Ué, finalmente, vamos ver.
I know what you have to do. Clive, I fear that I must bid you farewell. As you know, our time grows short. The Lord Chief Justice's vultures are circling. We must strike now. Before we part, I want you to know that, though I may not always have been your most vocal ally, I trust you, as I trusted your predecessor.
Thank you. I appreciate the sentiment, and I understand more than anyone how you feel. But is revenge really the answer?
It is the one I found, and it is all that I have lived for since that day.
But what of Lostwing? Everything you've built.
I built Lostwing to achieve this aim. Once it is done, the village will have served its purpose. My comrades and I are sure of our cause, and we shall fight to the last, come what may. But there are those among us who cannot fight. Children, the elderly, bearers afflicted by the curse. I would place Lostwing in their hands, if I thought it would do them any good. But a village home only to the frail and the infirm is not likely to stay a safe haven for long. And so, Clive, I find myself turning to you once more. Will you take them to your hideaway, that they might live even should Lostwing die?
I will.
Thank you. I will not have it said that I did not see to the well-being of those who rallied to my cause. The people I speak of have withdrawn to Gotan's Bales, away from danger in case the Black Shields strike.
Understood. I'll make sure they get to the hideaway safely.
Then the last of my preparations are complete. Fare you well, Clive. And may Griga guide us. All of us.
Bora lá.
To Gotan's Bales then, and quickly, before anyone else finds them.
Come on. Não dá pra chamar.
Not here.
Deus. Eu não sei guiar a galinha.
I can walk from here.
Então, gente, fodeu de vez.
Everyone, Quentin has asked that you come with me. He can no longer guarantee your protection, but I can. There's a safe place I can take you to.
Well, if that's what the Master thinks best. Sid, none of us would be standing here today if it weren't for Master Quentin. We owe him our lives. So we ain't about to start telling him what he should do with his. If he's saying we ain't safe in Lost Wing no more, it's 'cause he ain't coming back. And if that's what has to happen, then so be it. I only hope he can see this through to the end. That we get to see justice done.
I hope so too.
Oi! You lot! Where's everyone else? They ain't already left, have they?
They've gone with Master Quentin.
Fuck! Fuck! Fuck!
What's wrong?
É uma armadilha, quer ver?
I've just come from the Justice's manor. We have to get Quentin to call off the attack. It ain't just the Black Shields protecting the place. He's got a guard dog and all. A fucking monster. They don't stand a chance against that thing. If I don't get the message to them, they're all gonna fucking die.
No. We can't let this happen. Sid! Don't worry about us. You've got to catch up with him. We can't let Quentin die before that bastard does.
All right. I'll do what I can.
Oh no.
Where is this manor?
It's way over to the east, through the woods. Heaven Hall, he calls it.
Promise us, Sid. Promise us you'll do what you can.
Ok. Eu já... Putz, é um palácio. Eu já tinha ido lá, mano. Não precisa mentir não pra mim. É uma cabaninha, mano. Um palácio. Aliás, eu tenho que tomar vergonha na cara e zerar... Não. E zerar os bruxeiros, né? Isso que agora eu posso esperar o remake do 1, né? Aí depois do remake do 1 eu jogo o 2 e o 3 bonitinho. A entrada vai ser aqui à esquerda.
Don't tell me I'm too late.
Caraca, quem tem é bravo, tá de pé.
Quentin, are you all right?
No. But I am alive. Which is more than I can say for my comrades. They followed me without question all the way here. And they died. For nothing.
Oh meu Deus, o mesmo bicho que eu vi outras vezes, só que de outro carro.
I'll hold it off.
Tá, mas pagado que cachorro, hein?
Your comrades didn't die for nothing. They died for you. Don't let their sacrifice be in vain.
I won't.
Come on, then. You're no guard dog. You're just a rabid beast that needs to be put down. Too slow.
Enquanto isso, ajuda. Cara. Tristemente. Não. Eu espero que não. Né? A única que eles fizeram isso de modo escroto, que dá a entender, foi a Benedicta. Houve conclusão da história sem mostrar?
It is.
Nossa.
He wept and begged for mercy. And I cut him from ear to ear. Just as I dreamed of doing all these years. All my plans. Building a haven in Lostwing. Freeing bearers from their chains and recruiting them to my cause. It was all for this. But what is this? Justice? My faithful comrades. All those lives lost. So that I might take another.
Quentin.
Master Quentin! Oh, thank Grieger you're safe.
You're alive.
And so are you. I'm so sorry. I tried to warn you about that thing. And I hate to say it, but there's more bad news. It's Lostwing. It's been flooded.
What? Lostwing. My Lostwing.
And look who's here.
They must have stolen in after we left, just before the flood struck. What if there are still people in there?
Don't be a fool! Damn it.
Meu Deus, a ala perdida está perdida.
Quentin's not going to last long in there. Come on, Torgal. We need to make this quick.
Attack!
Acabou? Esse poderzinho desses orbs em Valdemir é muito forte. Ele me deixa invulnerável por uma quantidade de hits e ele continua blocando o inimigo.
Quentin! Hold on. I'm gonna get you out of here!
conseguiu, Laura? Eu fui mais rápido que eu pude. Subi de level?
I need to get back to Quentin. Quentin! Quentin! Look at me! Thank the Founder. He hasn't turned. I'm going to get you out of here.
Algum tempo depois...
Welcome back to the land of the living.
Is Lostwing?
The flood has filled the valley.
I see.
Eu tava falando...
Then all is at an end. A strange way to achieve one's life's ambition.
No, Master Quentin. Save your strength.
Why?
Eu tava falando que eu queria ver muito desfecho dessa missão.
All that I strove for is gone. Only emptiness remains. I have nothing left to live for.
What the heck are you on about? You've got us, ain't you? Don't try telling me you only freed us so you could get revenge. We're more than that to you, and we all know it.
I thought you weren't coming back. But I prayed, and you did. There's got to be a reason for that, right? Can't we just go back to how it was? You know, you looking after us all.
Your work ain't over yet, Master Quentin. We believed that you were the right man to lead us, and we still do.
Your village may be lost, but it seems your people aren't, so long as you remain to guide them.
But why? After what why would anyone follow me?
'Cause we're family, aren't we?
Family?
Yeah, and all our comrades who went with you, they felt the same. Lostwing weren't just a village. It was all of us.
It was. And as long as we're still here, it is too.
We can start again. Build a new Lostwing, right here in the Bales.
A fresh start. One life ends, and another begins. Why just a village? We could build towns. A nation, even. What's to stop us?
That's the Master Quentin we know.
Please. I am nobody's master. Quentin will suffice. After all, we are family.
Vontade de comer milkshake.
Permit me to withdraw my request.
Que vem de Bom Retiro.
I will no longer be needing your help in looking after my people.
I'll pretend you never asked.
But you must be rewarded for your efforts on our behalf. You saved my life twice over. And more besides.
A bottle or two of your finest red will suffice.
Of course. Nothing but the best. And I have a feeling that this year's vintage will be the finest yet. If you don't mind waiting, that is.
I look forward to it.
Eu não vou falar mais nada dessa side quest, cara. Que nem eu esperava, tipo, do jeito que tem fala, eu esperava que, tipo, ia ter uma mini. Como se fosse uma briguinha de gangue, sabe? Bem feitinha. Mas nem isso, cara, fizeram.
They are right, you know. Lostwing can be rebuilt. It was more than a mere village. More than a staging ground for revenge. It was a vision of how life might be, of how we who have suffered.
Beleza, beleza, isso aí mesmo, isso aí mesmo. Tá na fé quem tem. A gente se vê por aí. Vamos pra última side. Tô começando a ficar desproporcional com o modo história. Tipo, teve um momento que eu enfrentei um bicho de level 30, tá ligado? 32, eu fui 33 por aí, vai. Vai lá, Marta, vai ser a conclusão da Marta.
Ah, Clive. Just the man I was hoping to see.
Oh? And why is that?
You remember how some of Sir Wade's guardians took up residence here after the Akashic attack? Well, now the rest have come to join him. Seems their barracks in the Lazarus have been lost to an... Now, I don't mind having a few more brave boys around to keep them animals at bay. I ain't daft after all, but we ain't got nowhere for 'em to bed down. Poor buggers are having to make do with haylofts and chocobo pen. I'd build 'em a new barracks here if I could, but where would I put 'em? There just ain't enough room up here on the rock, which leaves us in a bit of a pickle. The people we're counting on to keep us safe are living like beggars.
I see.
And it isn't just that lot. There's bears to think about too. There's been more and more of them turning up lately, coming from all over looking for safe haven. But there's only so many we can shelter with the room we've got. We can't keep cramming more and more people into less and less space. What we need is a new home for our new arrivals. And that's what I was hoping you might help me with. If it ain't too much of a burden, of course.
It's no burden.
Thank you, Clive.
So, where were you thinking of making this new home?
Well, I reckon we could do a lot worse than Eastpool.
Eastpool. It's been a long time since I thought about that place.
It was a tragedy, what happened. And if any of us could have done anything to stop it, we would have. But what's done is done. And those who lived there wouldn't have wanted the village they loved to be left in ruins.
I suppose you're right.
The blight might be pressing in, but I reckon it's got a good few years left in it yet. There's just one problem. A band of cutthroats have made it their den, and they don't seem like they'll be moving on in a hurry. Nasty bastards they are too. I've lost some good men to their raids.
Dutra, quando você for jogar esse jogo, pelo amor de Deus,
if my boys didn't
ignora
already
essa
have their
quest,
hands
mano.
full fending off the Akashic. But now we've got a few more guardians of the flame to call on.
Tá tudo a
I
mesma
reckon
bosta,
it's
mano.
time we made our move. What do you say? Fancy leading a raiding party?
I do. Eastpool was once home to people I loved. I won't have bandits sully those memories. I'll gladly drive them out of there.
And I know the men. I've already shared a few thoughts with Sir Wade about how we might be able to win the place back. And I dare say he's got some ideas of his own too. Why don't you go and talk to him?
Of course. All right, Sir Wade. Let's hear your plan.
Enquanto isso, a Jill tá dentro de um copo, fazendo limonada para todo o reino de Wallwood, né? Geladinha.
Sir Wade, it's good to see you well.
And you, Lord Rossfield. And you.
I spoke with Martha. She tells me you have plans to free Eastpool and make it your own.
That's right, though it was mostly her idea. I rather fear my men have been treading on her toes somewhat since joining us, not to mention each other's. And then there are the bearers, men and women who found the courage to flee their masters and sought refuge here. We need somewhere to settle them, and I can think of worse places than Eastpool.
As can I. Which is why I agreed to help you win it back.
That's very kind of you. I'd be most grateful if you would. With you beside us, we shall soon send that rabble of rogues running for the hills.
So, what can you tell me?
That thankfully there aren't too many of them. Fewer than a dozen at our last count. And rather less, thankfully. The road that leads there will more than likely still be crawling with Akashic. A small force would suffice to clear the village. But if the Akashic were to follow them in, that force could end up trapped between a rock and a very hard place indeed.
I'll head into Eastpool and deal with the bandits. You and the Guardians can stay outside the village and fend off any Akashic who come too close. Make sure I'm not taken unawares.
I can't ask you to bear all that risk yourself, my lord.
The Akashic are the bigger risk. I can handle a few bandits.
Well, if you're sure, I shall summon my men at once.
Shall I wait for you here?
No need, my lord. You go on ahead. We'll be with you before long.
All right. I'll meet you at Eastpool then.
We shall see you there. And may victory await our coming.
Inn's full.
Bora agredir mais bandidos. Agredir uma fauna, flora, agora bandidos. Vou matar a maioria primeiro, porque vai vir outra onda e na hora.
Or face the consequences.
Para de curar ele, seu... Quem vai vir agora? Se vier outro cara grande com machado, eu vou surtar. Ah, um slime. Aê, é um bicho diferente. Nossa, é verdade. Se tivesse no PS4, com esse nível de... E assim, eu acho esse jogo bonito, tá? Mas eu não acho ele... Meu Deus, bonito, ele não rodaria no PS4, tá ligado? Acho que ele tem muito efeito exagerado, porque nem no PS5 precisaria. Ele ficaria melhor sem. Mas eu acho que ele rodaria assim no PS4. Acho que a maior limitação é bem como você disse, doutor, seria o HD. Pronto, foi.
Any more surprises? I'll take that as a no.
Bravo. A magnificent display, my lord.
You were watching? I thought you were keeping an eye out for Akashic.
We were. Put down more than a few on the road, then arrived just in time to see you slay that... whatever it was.
Já apareceu algum Tondar? Eu acho que nem deve ter, doutor. Se tiver, deve ter na parte final do jogo ou na parte de caçada. Vai ser um monte de monstro clássico que não apareceu, não.
It might be best to send word for them to come right away, before any other unsavory characters move in.
Of course. I'll send orders for them to depart immediately. Leave it with me, my lord.
Home. Without masters.
No. We're the masters now. Our lives are our own at last.
That's all of them. And not a single Akashek in sight. Now to begin the important work of rebuilding the place. It won't be easy. Especially not after 5 years of beasts and blackguards having their wicked way with the place. The masonry might still be sturdy enough, but half the beams are rotted. Those that weren't lost in the fire or burned by the bandits, that is. It'll take a bit of elbow grease, but we'll see Eastpool rise again. Just you wait.
So wait. Lady Hannah is buried here. If you don't mind, I'd like Oscar to join the rebuilding efforts. He should be a part of this.
Of course. I couldn't agree more.
I'll let Martha know that everyone arrived safely. If you need anything more, you have only to send a Stolas.
And we will, my lord. Safe travels.
Eastpool is in safe hands.
Falar com a Marta agora, falar que foi resolvido. E volta pra principal. Esse MZinho jogando ontem no Strange para morrendo de hit kill pra ele foi hilário. Ele jogou o 16?
Ah, there you are. Sir Wade told me you got rid of the bandits while his lot kept an eye out. Nicely done. And what's all this about? Some shape-shifting nightmare showing up? On second thoughts, don't tell me. It'll only give me nightmares of me own. What matters is you did it. And now we can build our new village.
I suppose it will be.
What else? Eastpool. Sir Wade said it best. There's plenty bad happened to that place, but that don't undo the good that happened there. No need to throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Did Wade say that?
Well, something along those lines. Anyway, the poor souls might have made it to Eastpool, but their work ain't done yet. So the way I see it, neither is mine. If it's food or lumber or strong backs they need, the rest is ready to provide it.
Thank you, Martha.
No, thank you. You didn't have to help us.
I wanted to.
Eu acho que ainda tem mais uma. Então, beleza. Limonada já gelou, agora falar com o Otto. Enquanto você está lá, Jill, no meio do freezer. É triste, né? Mas a personalidade dela, nossa, ela seria um ótimo casal com o Clive. Só isso que é a Jill, né?
If it's knowledge you seek.
Agora tu no Strange Paradise, que é um Final Fantasy mais direto. Ele jogou, mas ele zerou? Em geral, ele curtiu o jogo? Eu sinto que se eu tivesse jogado, ignorado a side quest e jogado só a main story, eu estaria amando esse jogo. Porque tem umas partes da main quest que tem essa side quest, as fast quests meio chatinha, mas eu acho que é na medida certa, sabe? Não existe uma animação de alguém pegando um livro e abrindo esse jogo.
But you'll already have read it. I'd better keep looking.
Acho que o Yankee deve ter zerado, acho que esses dias também. Não sei, eu sinto que todo mundo tá começando a zerar agora.
What do we have here? Oh, Sid's pipes.
Eu
Someone
quero
tells me
saber.
Mid won't be
E
needing
aí,
these.
Alisson lindo, como você tá, mano? Putz, mano, é porque eu deixei desligado, foi mal. É porque eu tô zoado ainda. Eu nem esperava ficar tanto tempo assim. Oh, foi mal, Soninho, mas valeu a intenção demais. Né? Que eu tinha até aberto mais cedo, só que minha garganta começou a fechar e aí eu saí. Aí eu voltei, eu falei assim, vou correr e vou adiantar o Final Fantasy. E aí, como você tá, mano? Tava no Hades, né? Eita. Um enigma. Midadol. Sei que você gosta dos seus enigmas, então acho que vai gostar desse. De todas as minhas invenções, esta é a melhor. Então, ao escolher seu local de descanso, lembrarei, minha filha, da sua obra. A melhor. E agora é minha descanso no primeiro canto. As rimas não ficam boas, mas vou melhorá-las depois.
Sid's best invention. That sounds promising.
Ele disse que era pra tirar o gostinho ruim do... Ele tá jogando SP. Caraca, ele também não gostou? Ok. Eu pensei que ele ia curtir só pelo massa velho. Fui pra Dead Cells, criaram conteúdo pra colocar no YouTube. Nice, mano. Passa o canal aí. Pode mandar o link direto. Depois eu dou uma olhada lá. É que assim, Dead Cells ele é um roguelike, né? Não sou muito fã de roguelike, na verdade. Mas ele é um dos que da galera fica me recomendando pra jogar. Eu joguei mais cedo, Dutra, o Chronos for the Ashes, tá ligado? Não sei se você viu. Cara, muito massa. Eu acho que você ia curtir pegar ele, Dutra. Ele é tipo um Souls-like, ele é bem limitado, né? Porque ele era um jogo de VR que eles tiveram que mudar algumas coisinhas. Cara, mas ele é muito massa, Dutra. Ele é muito, muito interessante, assim. Muito mais que ele tá no universo do Remnant. Se você gostou da história do Remnant, daquilo que a gente jogou e eu tava lendo, vale a pena, cara. Vale muito, muito a pena. Mas eu também não era, mas, cara, eu fui fisgado. Eu ouço que o Dead Cells é um ótimo jogo. Aqui, tá escrito, mano. O Dead Cells ele é um ótimo jogo de entrada, né, pra roguelike. Acho que o roguelike que eu joguei um pouquinho que eu gostei, mas... Não sei, tipo assim, o roguelike não me fisga. Foi o Hades, né? O Hades ele é um roguelike diferente, né? Você morre, mas a história continua, né?
Come to claim your just desserts? Here you are.
Bobina da orquestra. Eu consegui uma musiquinha. Deixa eu ver a chama ascendente. Desde que consigo me lembrar, eu trabalhei apenas para o meu próprio ganho. Dei as costas para o mundo em troca de um punhado de seda e uma bolsa pesada. Mas onde isso me levou? É difícil ter alegria no coração quando todos à sua volta não tem. Algo precisa mudar. E essa mudança vai começar comigo. Ajude só. Ok. Remnant é foda. Então, ali eu tava jogando. Não sei se você ouviu falar do Chrono for the Ashes. Chrono Before the Ashes. Chrono Before the Ashes é o primeiro jogo deles, né? Primeiro jogo, assim, eu acho que do universo, né? Ele era de VR, aí, tipo, depois com o sucesso do Remnant, eles foram e converteram ele pra um jogo normal. Aí ele virou tipo um Souls-like. Chrono Before the Ashes. E aí, tipo assim, eu tava jogando ele hoje, né? E eu até pensei, vai ter algumas coisas proto-Remnant, só que não vai ter tanta ligação. E não, tá, tem ligação lá, tipo, desde o começo. O primeiro computador que eu liguei tava lá falando do Ford dos Sonhadores, tá ligado? Eu parei. Tanto. Opa, peraí. Deixa eu pausar aqui. Só pra não ficar em cima desse jeito. Tanto que, tipo assim, o primeiro mundo que você visita é um dos mundos que dá pra você ver lá no trailer do Remnant 2, sabe? Eu achei muito massa. E aí eu fui pra Yaesha. É o mundo da floresta, né? Eu parei quando fui pro mundo da floresta e o mapa tava 1 pra 1. Tava muito massa.
You wouldn't happen to know what Mid's first opus was?
Opus? That girl's as tone deaf as a banshee. Unless you mean the orchestrion. She couldn't have been more than, what, 11, 12 when she cobbled that thing together. It surprised us all, not least her dad. You should have seen how proud he was of the little scamp. What's that battered old box have to do with anything?
I think Sid may have hidden something inside it.
Wouldn't surprise me. Those two and their bloody treasure hunts. Half the things in the hideaway were hidden one time or another.
Ok. Você vai pegar o 2, Ali?
Cole said it was an army of Akashi.
Qual desses lançamentos grandes assim que tá vindo você vai pegar? Você tem certeza que você vai jogar? Você tem uma listinha ali que você tá esperando ou não?
I didn't break it. Well, I didn't break it.
What didn't you break?
Nothing. We didn't break nothing. We definitely didn't break the orchestrion.
What's wrong with it?
It's broken. Except when it isn't. See?
And you had nothing to do with this?
Nope, nothing. We just wanted to listen to all the songs at once. So we pressed all the buttons. Like this. See?
All too well. All right, out of the way. Something caught on one of the gears.
Did you break it? Can you fix it?
No, I mean, yes. There. How about now?
You fixed it! Sid fixed it! He more than fixed it! Yeah, new music!
Huh. Never heard this one before.
They started playing when I removed this. Whatever it is.
Esse tipo de animação tá me irritando demais, tá ligado?
It's important, though. Sid showed it to me once and said as much. Said it was the stuff dreams were made of. Let's just hope it's the stuff ships are made of as well.
Indeed. Let's see if we can make some dreams come true.
Missão concluída. Tal pai, tal filha. Tal pai, tal filha.
Just the two I was looking for.
Aye. Lose a patient?
Actually, yes. The Crown Prince just left.
Dion left?
Unless you've another word for stood up and walked off. Yes, left. He did have the decency to leave a message with Obelisk before commandeering one of his dinghies. Should we go after him?
No. We're not the Prince's keepers. He's free to do as he sees fit.
I'd rather he did so in bed. His wounds are nowhere near healed. Much like yours, I suspect. Otto told me what happened in Canver. What is it with this realm's princes and their aversion to rest?
Ask me when I get back. Though I may be sometime.
Then at least try to stay safe.
And if that fails, try to stay alive, eh?
Every moment I waste here, the further the flagship sails. I have to get back.
Ó, uma missão importante. Ou essa missão vai aumentar a capacidade de alguma coisa, ou vai me dar... Eu duvido que vai me dar outra mecânica de jogo, né? Mas vai aumentar a capacidade de algo. Vamos pegar a primeira lá em cima, a gente já volta. E as caçadas eu vou fazer no final do jogo, mano.
Glory to Griga. There you are. And not a moment too soon.
What's happened?
Taya's busy working herself into an early grave. Since the arrival of her latest patient, she's refused to stop, even for a moment. I've tried offering to see to him in her stead, but she won't hear of it. Clive, she hasn't left the infirmary in days. She's pushing herself too hard. And if she doesn't rest soon, will you talk to her? Order her to her chambers if that's what it takes. Because if she keeps this up, I fear the hideaway will be without its best physica before too long.
I know better than to order Taya to do anything. But I'll speak to her.
Oh, thank you. I pray you have better luck than I did.
Bora lá? Moça, para de aparecer a Valks. Tá trabalhando muito, precisa descansar.
Well, Taya, Rodriguez worried about you. And if what he says is true, then so am I. We all admire your dedication, but you do need to rest.
I will, when it's time. Until then, I'm staying put. We owe him that much.
Who is he?
Someone from my past. Someone who doesn't deserve to die alone. It won't be much longer. The crystal's curse has almost finished its work. If I had the tears, I could ease his passing. But without them, we've nothing that will touch the agony of those last few hours.
How would tears help this man?
Not my tears. Tears of mercy. Alicia. It's the only thing strong enough.
You wouldn't, Taya. Surely. There must be something we can do for him.
Sometimes an easy death is the greatest kindness we can offer. You do well to remember that, Rodriguez.
I will. We have all the ingredients we need for Alicia Balwam. It needs to be fresh, though, so we rarely have much to hand. I can make the draft if you can bring me what we're missing.
Just tell me what you need.
There is a species of venom-weeping spider that lives in the forests of Norvent, near Lorbert's Pass. Bring me one of their eyes. Preserve it as best you can, but avoid contact with the tears. I'll make sure the other ingredients are ready before you return.
Não tem uma missão que eles falam assim, ó, a gente precisa de
Thank you, Clive.
um ingrediente fresco. Você pode ir em tal lugar matar os animais, ou você pode ir em tal lugar comprar o ingrediente. Seja só rápido, Clive. Não. Tipo, tudo é... Meu Deus. Eu derrubei o Sazon. Tamo sem Sazon. Ah, beleza, eu compro. Não. Você tem que ir no meio do bosque, espancar metade dos bichos, porque eles dropam Sazon.
Alright, Clive.
Vamos lá.
Blackthorn told me you helped him out again. Tough for that. Speaking of which,
Blackthorn.
I'm
Vou
actually a
fazer
bit,
mais upgrade, eu acho que mais 3.
Worried about him. And you want my advice?
Afraid so. It's a bit of a funny one, this, but I saved this posh knob while I was out on a mission, and he gave me this flashy ring to say thank you. So, obviously, I show it to Blackthorn, thinking he'll be impressed, only for him to go white as a sheet and quiet as a curl instead. Try as I might, I can't for the life of me work out what could have got him upset like that. And seeing as how Blackthorn opens up when you're around, I thought maybe...
I'd speak to him again. Well, I suppose there's no point leaving him to stew.
Cheers, Clive.
I'll be sure to pay him a visit as soon as I have a moment.
All right, I'll meet you by the forge then. You come along when you're ready.
Mas tem outro... Ah, não, peraí. Não era o Black... Tá. Então, beleza. A gente vai... agredir a fauna e a flora mais uma vez. Eu vou pegar aqui as duas e a gente faz essas duas de uma vez. Não, tem outra lá embaixo. Essa daqui vai ser pra aumentar os itens mais um. E a lá embaixo vai ser pra aumentar as poções no inventário.
Not this again. Oh, ain't you got better things to do with your time?
That remains to be seen. August tells me he showed you a ring, and that the sight of it clearly upset you. Would you mind telling us why?
Come on, mate. Bottling it up ain't gonna help no one. If it weren't the ring, and it was something I said, then I'm sorry.
It was the ring, right? It brought back some unhappy memories, that's all. Memories better left forgotten.
Memories of what?
There are things we'd all rather leave behind, Blackthorn. But sometimes it helps to talk about them.
And sometimes it doesn't. Is that so hard to understand?
Don't be like that.
Fine. If it'll get you off my back. That ring you flashed was the work of Zoltan. We apprenticed together, back in the day.
You've never mentioned him before.
Why would I? Ain't seen him in decades, and the last time I did, we almost came to blows. The ring brought it all back. I could tell it was one of his the moment I saw it. Vast has improved, though. More than I thought possible. That thing's a work of art.
So it was a nice ring. Worth a few gil, maybe. What's it matter to you?
It matters because engraving metal's a nightmare, and I've got no bloody idea how he managed it. The fact is, I couldn't make anything even half that detailed.
So what? You're an armorer, not a jeweler.
I'm the Hideaway's master craftsman. I'm not stealing a living at some backwater village forge. My armor keeps you lot safe, and my swords keep you dangerous. As far as I'm concerned, every swing of my hammer's another blow struck in the name of our cause. So I put my heart and soul into my work. Because the curse breakers deserve better than second best. And I refuse to be shown up by the likes of Zoltan.
Very well. Why don't we go and pay him a visit? Learn his secret.
I doubt he'd be too happy to see me.
Then just this once. Make peace with being second best. Swallow your pride, and focus all your energies on the task at hand. Keeping the curse breakers armed and armored. Provided you can do that, you'll hear no complaints from me. But if you can't, and it's going to distract you, we need to do something about it.
What'd you say, Blackthorn? You know he's right. And it's not like you'll be going alone.
All right.
Magic. So, where do you reckon old what's-his-name is then? Zoltan, was it?
In Dravozd, my old village. He won't have left. He's the chief.
Dravozd, eh? That rings a bell. Not far from Tabor, right? Just north of the fields of Carava. Got that, Clive? Meet us at Dravozd as soon as you can, yeah? And I'll make sure Blackthorn don't get cold feet.
Good luck with that. I'll see you there.
Beleza. Vamos pegar a outra que falta.
He's a surly soaker.
Sid, do you recall the flowers I had you bring back to the yard?
Vaguely. Is something wrong?
I'm afraid so. I was able to get most of the Morganbeards to take root, but they rarely flower. I fear the soil here does not agree with them. However, I believe I have a solution.
I can't wait to hear it.
I'm going to marry the Morganbeards with Morbles. I know, but hear me out. Morbles are possessed of a highly choleric temperament. The fire which drives them appears to be maintained by an abundance of nutrient-rich ether drawn from their environs. I believe that by grafting a Morble vine to a Morganbeard, the appendage's wealth of vigor-inducing nutrients might well stimulate the flower to bloom. The endeavor, I assure you, is scientifically sound. I simply need a vine to prove the theory.
As missões, elas começam interessantes, que nem, tipo assim, ele quer fazer o enxerto de... Ele quer fazer aquele processo de clonagem, né, que a gente faz com as plantas reais. Só que ele quer fazer com Morble. Isso é maneiro. Só que, tipo assim, sabe o que é maneiro? Seria da hora se a gente terminar essa missão, nos canteiros tivesse, tipo, umas misturas de planta meio viva com planta normal. Vai ter. Eu duvido muito, tá ligado? Ele vai, tipo, vai mostrar ele se agachando, mexendo num vaso, ele... Isso deve servir fade in, fade out, tá ligado? Nada tem consequência visual, sabe? Nada tem uma recompensa.
From an ordinary Morble.
That is correct. A single vine. As for the Morble, I fear ordinary may not suffice. But, as luck would have it, a most extraordinary specimen is rumored to haunt the swamps of Rosaria. Why, a notice concerning this very creature was only recently posted on the hunt board.
How timely.
Well, I shan't keep you any longer. I know you have much to do, as do I. Now, where did I put my watering can?
Vamos lá no moral de caçada. Devia ter Fresh Travel ali no esconderijo. E aí, Denis Solino, como você tá, mano? Boa noite, boa noite. Como tá a gripe do TF? Mano, tô melhor, depois eu pioro pra caramba. Mas tamo indo, mano. Hoje eu acordei todo zoado. Engraçado. É Ed Murphy, mano. Você melhora uma parte, depois outras partes, né? Mas tá desse jeito aqui, tá? Ele tá conseguindo jogar, daí trocar uma ideia. Você de boa? Estamos aqui fazendo a side quest do Final Fantasy rumo ao... Não vou falar rumo ao final não, porque putz, eu acho que esse jogo é bem grande. Mas bora lá, bora fazer a caçada pra pegar